You came back for more Pokemon news? More Jazwares updates in this last week. First up, looks like we have a new 3-inch translucent Gengar. So if you double check in your Target shelves, there's also going to be a Ditto in this set. So those are the two new ones in this wave. You might want to swing by your Targets, go check it out, see what you can find out there. I couldn't find anything this past week. But also upcoming is the 12-inch Lucario Deluxe figure from Jazwares. Usually these ones are sold at like GameStop, EB Games, so keep an eye out. If I can find it online, I'll be sure to post that up for you guys, because this thing is pretty sweet. They've done statues like this in the past where they like light up and have some like effects to them. And from what I've seen, this might launch in Australia first, which is pretty cool, because usually Australia gets kind of left behind. But it does look like it'll get out to like everywhere. Also from Jazwares, we've got a new Growlithe and Arcanine Pokemon Select figure collection. It does look like these figures have that like metallic finish to them. I don't know if you're into that. If you are, probably an awesome pickup. If not, sorry. We also got some leaked photos from the upcoming Mega Construct sets. So we have this Piplup and Sneasel's Snow Day. There's also a Motion Butterfree, pretty cool. There's the Countryside Windmill, sounds pretty peaceful. And it has a Pidgey. And then there's some kind of Zubat set in here, but as you can see, this photo is not fantastic. So those are coming soon, no dates yet. But if you do need some dates, we've got the life-sized Spheal hitting Pokemon Center. And just watching all of the social media things, like people just love this thing, and I love the love for Spheal. The plushie comes in at 31.5 inches tall, but instead of weighing 87 pounds like a real life Spheal, this one only weighs about 16.5, a little bit more manageable. So it does run $450 though, but can you really put a price on your happiness? There's some new spooky jewelry charms as well up on Pokemon Center. So we have this new collection featuring Mimikyu, Gengar, and Pumpkaboo. Just in time, it's October, we gotta get spooky with it. The charms are made of a sterling silver and do run $55 each. There's a whole bunch of new clothes also up on Pokemon Center, like this blue TCG hat. It's like almost exactly like the one that's inside the Pokemon Go trading card game set. It's featured on the Pikachu card, as well as it's a wearable item when you redeem codes from those card sets. You can also get them in Pokemon Go to wear on your trainer. It's a really complicated description. I was kind of hoping they'd have like a bonus card or something you put in a code, but I think that would be cool to like, if you bought it, you can get it. That would have been, that's a pretty good tie. There's also a lot of Charizard love on the hat selection. So we've got this Gigantamax Charizard hat, and then there's the All Forms of Charizard hat. Not the most imaginative name, but it is very descriptive because there's all the forms of Charizard on this hat. The fall collection of Pokemon Center clothes is all up on there on the site. We've got a selection of t-shirts, long sleeve shirts, hoodies, jackets, like you name it, it's probably in there. Some very interesting designs though, I do gotta say, with like the shrooms and like, I don't know, takes me back to high school and going into Spencer's Gifts. The black Eevee shirt is probably my favorite design though. That one looks pretty sharp. And we also got a new wave of Bear Walker skateboards. This time we have 6 Cantonian Pokemon showcased here. We have the likes of Slowpoke, Psyduck, Magnemite, Snorlax, Voltorb, and Growlithe. Comment below, let me know your favorite one. These are great and carry that specific style that the Pokemon boards all kind of have. Doesn't look like these have any like sort of special card or like limited number on them, kind of like the Eevee ones did, so not sure if these are limited or not, but they are some pretty good designs, so you probably might want to go pick these up. Then more jewelry. Rock Love actually has their own collection that's not like on Pokemon Center. Usually it just launches on Pokemon Center, but we have a whole bunch of new jewelry from them, and these seem like they're like even like a little bit higher quality. Maybe it's just the photos are better, I don't know, but these ones actually do have like articulation to them. So like the Charizard, you can actually like flap its wings. The Cubone, its arm will move up and down, so you can do like a club attack on it, bring an action to your jewelry. That's super cool. On the Japanese side of things, we do have quite a few figures to talk about, like these Hisuian figures that are coming soon. Each one is in this dynamic pose, they call it, and should be coming soon. Then these are kind of figures, I guess, but like they have these model kits. This one is coming soon. We've got Bulbasaur. This should be hitting shelves in Japan coming in March. And then a little bit sooner, Metagross will be coming out in February, and it even looks like it's kind of posable, so you can like go into that UFO like flying stance thing that it does. There's also new Mon-Cali figures coming from Takara Tomy in Japan. Coming out this November, we have the Paldean starters. And then on top of that, we've also got Umbreon and Espeon. All of these are going to be coming out on November 18th. Then, like a week later, on the 26th, we've got all of the Hisuian starters and their final evolutions. And these figures typically are pretty affordable, so if you're trying to build a figure collection, especially like Japanese ones, these are a great way to do that. These I thought were super cool. We have posable plushies of the Paldean starters coming. So you can make your pal sit like the Sprigatito or the Quaxly. But when it comes to the Fuecoco, I recognize that these are posable, but like, what poses are you going to be able to do with Fuecoco? Like, Fuecoco is just a tank. Like, he's built, like, his arms aren't, I don't know. Also coming up on the 8th, Japan has the Pokemon and Swimmer collaboration. So this is actually pretty cute art that Swimmer does. And the collection includes, like, honestly, like a whole bunch of different stuff. So there's many items in here, like the bags, tissue boxes, hand towels. There's some pouches, like organizers. There's really just some like really off-the-wall stuff in here, and it's not just like plushies and keychains, but also there are keychains. In card news this past week, we did have 2 items drop. So we have the Dragonite V-Star Premier Ball deck holder collection, as well as the Amazon exclusive of the Arceus V-Star Premium collection. The Arceus V-Star thing, like right out of the gate, it was listed as like out of stock, but you could still add it to cart, and it just said that it'll send it out when they can. So that's kind of weird. It's supposed to release on Friday. So I tried to tweet that out. I know a couple of you at least jumped on it, so hopefully we'll get those boxes. TBD. In video game news, the Shiny Eternatus event is actually spreading across Europe and the UK, so UK fans, this is great news for you. I know a lot of you commented below, talked to a couple of you on Instagram. I unfortunately could not get the Shiny Eternatus code for a lot of people, so I apologize, but I did try. We were going to a lot of GameStops. All of them were like gone. These went super fast. Then last week, we also got a brand new Pokemon introduced to us. So it first was released on the Japanese side through a faux webinar that came from the Pokemon World Ecological Society. The Pokemon Company revealed the new Paldean Pokemon, Wiglet. So while Wiglet does sound a lot like Diglett and looks a lot like Diglett, it's actually not a regional variation or evolution of Diglett. It is its own separate Pokemon, which is kind of cool. So according to the official site, Wiglet is a water-type Pokemon, and it pokes part of its body out of the sand in order to feed in the ocean. Wiglet is also able to pick up scents from over 60 feet away and is skittish, being very cautious of its surroundings. So I'm curious if this is going to play into like how we catch it, how we interact with it in the overworld. It'd be really cool if we could bring stuff into the game where like we have to like mask our scent or like sound or something like that, like instead of just like creeping through the grass, you know? I think that'd be pretty cool. Wiglet also has the abilities Gooey and Rattled, which Rattled makes it so when a Pokemon is hit by a Ghost, Dark, or Bug type, it will raise its speed 1 stage. And the ability Gooey makes it so when that Pokemon is hit, the opponent actually drops its speed 1 stage. So, I don't know, there's probably some pretty good strategies around this. Like, we've got a couple abilities where we make multi-strike attacks hit more. We have like the Mirror Herb. So there's a lot of ways that we can make this so it like does multiple stage drops of the speed, or we can mirror those stat changes. So I don't know, let me know what strategies you're thinking down in the comments. And there's also more videos up on the channel if you want to check out anything else that's going on in the Pokemon world. I also have videos around what's going on in your Pokemon world, showing off some of your collections if you're interested in that. Thank you guys so much. I'm gonna head out on a little bit of vacation, so take care of each other out there, and I'll see you guys very soon on the next one.